Yo, what's good, gang? Welcome back to the video, and today we're going to be doing a ranking. What are we ranking? Video games, or at least my top 5. But enough talking, let's get into it. In my number 5 spot, we have Assassin's Creed 3. Now, the reason I chose Assassin's Creed is because it's probably top 10, but most likely top 5 Assassin's Creed games of all time, because they have characters, fire. The writing, damn near perfect. And the setting logically makes sense for the character of Connor because he's a native, you know what I'm saying? And during this time, the Americans, or the British, tried to take American stuff. And this is also set during the American Revolution. And I like the fact that Connor really doesn't choose a side. Like, he doesn't necessarily choose a side between the redcoats and, like, the Americans. Now, he's on the American side most of the time. But the whole thing with him and Washington kind of like drove him out of it a little bit more. But what he's driven by the protecting his people and, well, stopping the Templars, of course. And I like the fact that he questions like the whole assassin thing himself. So throughout the later stages of the game, he's like conflicting on either he should like stay with the assassins or kind of team up with the Templars and stuff. Well, not necessarily team up, like cut the feud. But I'm not talking about this time. Let's switch to our number 4 spot, which is Batman Arkham Knight. Now, the reason I chose Arkham Knight over the other Arkham games is because I believe as the games went on, they just got better and better and better. Like, story-wise, Arkham City is the best one. But if we're talking about gameplay, like characters, character designs, and character like building, I believe Arkham Knight takes everything in that regard, other than story, of course, because Arkham Knight took what made the other games good and built off of them and made them overall better. And they added some new things like the Batmobile, which was, albeit it was overused, but I believe being able to ride around the Batmobile and use it as like a tank and destroy almost anything in sight is amazing. And I wish Kill the Justice League. I really wish Kill the Justice League I knew wasn't going to be playing as Batman, but I kind of wish it was kind of like better than what it was, you know? So, that's enough about Arkham Knight. But let's go on to our number 3 spot, which is Spider-Man 2018. Now, the reason I added Spider-Man 2018 is because I believe that out of Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales, that this is the best game, because it did a great job on introducing us, and it didn't show us an origin story, which I loved, and it showed us that he's been doing this for a couple of years now, and that he somewhat knew what he was doing, and the story connected really well. And even though they added some new villains, which I really liked, like Screwball, I fucking hate Screwball, but Mr. Negative, I love Mr. Negative and his story with him and Feast and stuff, and the fact that they introduced Miles and showed us he had powers at the end was amazing, like straight up amazing. And I'm gonna sound cheesy for saying this, but the gameplay actually makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Let's switch to our number 2 spot, which is Ghost of Tsushima. Now, the reason I put Ghost of Tsushima at number 2 is because the characters, the world, the combat, and the gameplay overall is just perfect. And my number 1 and number 2 could have been swapped, but I came to the conclusion that they had to go somewhere, and Ghost of Tsushima was at number 2. And one thing that probably would have made it number 1 is if the online was better, but they stopped doing that, and no one plays that anyway. But I hope Ghost of Yotai is good, if not better than this game, which it probably won't, but let's hope. And with that, let's go to our honorable mission, which is Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 was so close from making the list because it's surprisingly one of the more funner live service games, and they frequently update the game, adding new stratagems, adding new weapons, adding new enemy types, and they keep it fresh and new and giving us major orders like 1 or 2 days after we complete the last one, so you have something consistently do. And the community actually works together to and the community aspect is actually really fun. And the enemies you fight are both hard, right? They're hard, but yeah. And every time you level up, it's like something new, you know what I'm saying? And the customization is amazing, like amazing. So, but this is at the end of the day an honorable mention, and we have to get to my #1 spot, which is probably not going to be surprising, which is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, it was most likely no surprise to all of you that RDR 2 was going to be my #1, because this game is by far and factually the best game of all time, because the character of Arthur Morgan has to be one of the most complex characters and has the best character development I've ever seen. Because you see this man go from a stone cold killer, like just a normal regular cowboy going around just killing people and robbing whoever you want to rob, to a man who wants to redeem himself because, well, he got a disease and he's going to die, so might as well do some good before he dies and stuff. So, yeah. And when he does die by Micah, and when you get that revenge at the end, it feels good, you know? And that final standoff at the end with Micah, Dutch, and John, it's amazing. Like, the storytelling, the character writing, the voice acting was just amazing. And the gameplay, too, was just everything I could ask for. And the historical accuracy as well was surprisingly pretty well and stuff, but I'm not a historian at all, so. But that's my top 5. If you have your own list, go ahead and say it in the comments. And yeah, that's it. DJ, play my.
What's your real name?
Slater.
Say you wanna slide here at the midnight in the trap, I don't know what the wrist like. You say you wanna come through, get you shit right. She wanna try, nigga, she don't want a rich guy. He a shooter, he don't need to hold a stick right. I wanna know you had to choose, would you switch sides? I get the stick on me, y'all got